This is Adam D with KW Realty, back for this month, January 2025, our South Jersey Shore real estate market update. December 2024 finished on a strong note, with more contracts signed compared to the previous year, December 2023, which is a positive sign for activity as we head into the new year here. At the South Jersey Shore, multiple offer situations are still happening, particularly offshore, but average days on the market have crept up just a little bit. Luxury properties in particular are sitting on the market a little bit longer. We currently have just over 3 months of inventory, which is well below the 5 to 6 months needed for a neutral or balanced market. This shortage is keeping competition strong, even as buyers take a bit more time to make decisions and are not acting quite as urgently as we've seen in years past. Nationally, mortgage rates remain close to 7%, and inventory challenges are ongoing. But despite the higher borrowing costs, home prices are still trending upward. Modest growth is expected in 2025. Now stick around, I'll break down what all this means for buyers, sellers, and investors in the months ahead. Take a look at all the slides and the numbers. Let's dig in. Here's a look at our local market comparing the previous year, 2023, to this most recent year, 2024. You can see that there was more listings that came onto the market, but slightly fewer sold listings. The median days on market went up a little bit, but prices have gone up as well, and most sellers received about the same amount of money for their house or their list to sale price ratio. So what has caused inventory to tick up a bit, though, is the fact that there was more listings that came onto the market and slightly less listings to sell. Now here's a look at month by month over the past year, and you can see where the months that were heaviest with new listings, a lot in actually February, and then later just after the summer. But what's always most important more is when are properties actually going under contract. And you can see that there's not as much volatility between the different months. Of course, January is the lowest, makes sense, but we've seen pretty consistent contracts through the year. And this past December in 24, actually we saw more properties go under contract than we saw the previous year in 2023. Days on market, again, around the December and January season, a little bit higher than the rest of the year. That's some seasonality there. So here's local inventory for our market. You can see pretty consistent amongst most of the year. End of the summer does have higher inventory just because of our local market. There might be some rental properties and that type of thing that sits on the market through the end of the summer before they actually get closings going on with those. And you'll see that it normalizes right after the summer, so that makes sense. Overall inventory for all of Atlantic County, just over 3 months, a little bit of a tick up as we discussed. Cape May County, very similar, about 3.5 months, and a little bit of a tick up over the past year as well, but nothing crazy. Now, when we look over the entire United States, you might see some media headlines about this surge of inventory. And that is true in some states. You can see the states that are darker in color here, Florida, for example, Nevada, for example. It looks like, there are some states that are seeing significantly more inventory, but New Jersey and our surrounding areas like New York and Pennsylvania, for example, are on the much lower end of the spectrum and not seeing as much of an increase in inventory. Home price forecast. We talked about this before, but 2025, most experts think that prices will continue to appreciate. Nothing crazy like we saw years ago, but we're going to see at least a few points of appreciation, I would think. Now, this has more to do with probably the overall economy than it does that it would affect you as a buyer, seller, and investor. But we saw a historically low number of home sales in 2024, and that will probably start to rebound in 25. We will probably see nationally over 5 million home sales again, which is normal. The years that we saw almost 7 million, that was much higher than normal. But if we're in the mid fives, that's pretty normal for a real estate market. Thanks for watching this month's market update. If you found this helpful, please hit the subscribe button so you'll never miss out on the latest real estate insights. Whether you're thinking about buying, selling, or investing, let's connect. I'd love to help you navigate your next real estate decision. I'm Adam D with KW Realty, and I'll see you on the next update.